Most of what you have been told about the colors of the chakras is actually a modern invention. Today we are going beyond the rainbow myth to explore the deeper science of the chakras as understood by the Kriya Yogis. By the end of this episode, I hope you will discover that the chakras are far more profound than most people imagine. Namaste, welcome to the YogiEvolve Podcast with Amrita. Let us begin at the beginning. To understand the chakras, we must first understand the subtle body. Without it, the chakras have no context. They are a part of a much larger energetic system. The subtle body, also known as astral body or energy body, is an invisible framework of energy that exists beyond our ordinary physical awareness. It is within this subtle body that the chakras exist. So, why is the rainbow model incorrect? Let's begin with the science behind the color of the chakras. The first 5 chakras are connected with the Pancha Tattva or the 5 elements. These 5 elements are earth, water, fire, air, and ether or space. They form the basic vibrational framework of the subtle body. The physical body is a grosser expression of the same elemental vibrations. Each of these 5 chakras expresses the vibrational qualities of its elements. The color of the chakra depends on the vibration of its core element and not with the color of the visible light spectrum. Using the rainbow color scheme to understand the subtle body is like trying to capture the fragrance of a flower using a camera. So now you may be wondering, are you going to propose a different set of colors? No, my intention is not to replace one belief with another. Instead, I challenge you to develop your inner perception and discover the truth for yourself. Do not accept someone else's word as truth, not even mine. Learn the technique, follow the process, then verify the truth through your own direct experience. The scriptures do describe the colors of the chakras, but as a Kriya Yogi, I prefer to spend my time learning, practicing the techniques that awaken inner perception. I'd rather experience this truth directly than simply read about them in books. After all, any written word is open to interpretations. Let me give you a small example. There is a Sanskrit word, Nashikagram. It can mean either the start of the nose or tip of the nose. Now, many scholars, despite their deep knowledge of Sanskrit, interpreted it as the tip of the nose. But the tip of the nose has no yogic significance. By focusing on the tip of the nose, you may become very good at looking cross eyed, but it won't bring you any spiritual perception. What the scriptures were actually referring to was the start of the nose, between the eyebrows, where the spiritual eye is located. Through internal focus at the spiritual eye, one gains access to cosmic wisdom. That is why it is always better to practice a system that develops inner perception than to depend on other people's interpretation of words. When Lahiri Mahasaya gave Bhagavad Gita lessons to his students, he didn't spend his time explaining his own interpretation. Instead, he asked them to read the passage for themselves and then he would raise their consciousness so they could directly understand the true meaning. Kriya Yoga gradually gives you this ability. With time, you won't even need the assistance of a guru to understand these truths. You will be able to raise your own consciousness and perceive them directly. As a Kriya Yogi, I know those colors. I also know a closely guarded technique that enables one to perceive them. Such techniques are preserved within the Guru disciple tradition and are transmitted only through initiation or diksha. That is the way of a yogi, to seek realization through direct experience rather than belief. But before we go any further, let me mention one thing. This is not a basic introduction to the chakras. There are countless books, websites, and videos that explain the fundamentals. My purpose here is to introduce you to some of the deeper aspects of chakras that are rarely discussed. The chakras are multidimensional, they are complex entities. I'm going to touch upon some of their aspects quite quickly. And it's perfectly all right if it feels a little overwhelming, as these may be completely new concepts to you. You can always come back to them later. But for now, just stay with me and follow the flow. Color is only one of the many aspects. Each chakra is a vortex of energy, and these energies carry many kinds of information. By tuning into their vibration, we can hear their unique sounds and perceive the health of their energy through its polarity. Take the Muladhara chakra, for example. Its positive pole expresses itself as stability, groundedness, and a sense of security. Its negative pole expresses itself as insecurity, fear, and instability. It also vibrates at a frequency that is perceived as sound of a bumblebee or a running motor. When you learn the right technique, you can directly perceive all of these aspects. Let's take another example. The Agya chakra, also known as the spiritual eye, reveals an even deeper principle. Unlike the other chakras, its positive and negative poles are located at two different points. The positive pole lies at the point between the eyebrows, the seat of wisdom guided willpower. The negative pole is at the medulla, the seat of ego guided by delusion. Here one can hear the sound of Om. I'm not talking about chanting Om, I mean you can actually hear it through your inner perception at the spiritual eye. Each chakra has its own unique sound. These are different aspects of Om vibration. With the right technique, it is possible to perceive the sound of each chakra individually or hear them together as Om. The ancient masters also incorporated some of these sounds into the spiritual rituals through various instruments. For example, the sound of temple bells and gongs carries the same vibration perceived at the Anahata chakra. There are also moments when every chakra retains its own distinct sound, yet all of them are heard simultaneously in perfect harmony. The beauty of that experience cannot be described in words. The chakras also carry vibrational information from astral dimensions into the physical dimension in form of memory. They act like astral hard drives where the information about our karma is stored. They carry the karmic blueprint that we bring into this lifetime. At the moment of birth, this karmic blueprint becomes encoded within the chakras. Each chakra is associated with a planet and its corresponding constellations. Together, they form the energetic framework through which our karma unfolds throughout life. The deeper we explore the chakras, the more we discover that they are far more than centers of energy. They are an extraordinary blueprint of consciousness woven into every aspect of our existence. They influence our physical body, our mind, our emotions, our karmic journey, and ultimately our spiritual evolution. The deeper you explore them, the more you realize that they cannot be fully understood through books, theories, or beliefs alone. They must be experienced. The true way of a yogi is to discover and experience the truth for himself. That is the self realization Paramhansa Yogananda spoke about. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of chakras. In future episodes, we will explore many of the fascinating subjects we have touched upon today. God bless you. Jai Guru. Namaste. I hope today's discussion has encouraged you to look beyond popular beliefs and inspire you to discover the deeper science that Kriya Yoga can reveal to you. I would love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments below. Until next time, may your search always lead you from belief to direct experience.